Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday, and welcome to the 9 Foundational Attitudes webinar. And so tonight we'll be talking about the fourth attitude, which is non-striving. And this is a really interesting attitude because almost everything that we do for a purpose, right? We do things to go someplace, to get somewhere, to get something. And we really live in a society that is so strongly focused on achievement and on accomplishing goals. And it's important. We need to have a purpose, we need to have goals, and we need to have plans. But how we go about achieving these goals or living out our purpose is very important. Our tendency is usually that our entire focus is on achieving this particular goal. Right? With this tendency, we miss the journey along the way. And it's important to be present for the process as it's unfolding. We can find great joy in the micro moments, in the moments of the process. And we really have this ability to shift how we accomplish things. We can be mindful of the process as it's unfolding. And so whether it's working on your to-do list, right? Maybe for the day, your to-do list consists of grocery shopping, going to the dry cleaners and post office. And maybe rather than rushing around town, perhaps taking the time to be present. Maybe saying hello to the cashier, maybe asking how their day is going. Or maybe as you walk from the car into the dry cleaners, you notice the fresh air, right? Maybe you notice a cool breeze on your skin. And just enjoying these micro moments or being present for these micro moments throughout your day and throughout your tasks that you're trying to accomplish. And if you're working on a larger goal, maybe doing the best that you can to be present with this process as well. Perhaps taking some time to pause and really savor the milestones along the way. We often think, when I reach my goals, I will be happy. I will be happy when, fill in the blank. I'll be happy when I become a doctor, when I become a lawyer, get a bigger home, a different job or promotion, the car that I've been eyeing. And with this perspective, we are always viewing things as a mean to an end. If we are rushing to achieve, we are missing the small and significant moments that collectively make up our lives. And so I read this wonderful quote today by Krame Center, and I wanted to share it with you. I thought it was very relevant for what we're talking about tonight. And he says, when building a house, focus on one brick at a time. Give it your full care, precision, attention. When building a life, focus on one moment at a time. Give it your full care, precision, and attention. Taking care of one brick, you can build a beautiful house. Taking care of one moment, you can build a beautiful life. And I just love that and wanted to share it with you this evening. And striving can also come in different forms, right? Sometimes striving can come in the form of wishing things were different. Maybe thinking, if only I were smarter, taller, younger, older, didn't have a backache, didn't have a knee injury, then I would be okay. And with this perspective, we are really striving to be something different, something other than we already are. And I think Jon Kabat-Zinn puts it so beautifully. He says, as long as we are breathing, there is more right with us than wrong with us. I'm going to say that one more time because I think it's just such a powerful and beautiful quote. As long as we are breathing, there is more right with us than wrong with us. And this really shifts the perspective to a positive one. It really has us looking at the glass as half full rather than half empty. With this view, we are already perfect just as we are. We come into this world good enough. And can we remember this, right? Can we soften around accepting ourselves? Other times we have thoughts of, I should get straight A's. I should be 10 pounds lighter. I should be able to meditate without my mind wandering so much. And these beliefs, these should statements can really lead us toward striving, striving toward achieving some sort of goal, or wishing things were different in some way. But by wishing things were different than they actually are, we are missing the present moment and the journey of our lives. And so, another striving topic I'd like to talk about is striving in our own meditation practice. Right? Striving in meditation can be another obstacle. As you practice meditation, perhaps you're doing so with a goal in mind, right? Maybe you're striving to get rid of thoughts, or maybe you have this preconceived idea about your meditation practice. Maybe you believe that by meditating, you will become more relaxed, less stressed. And although these can certainly be byproducts of meditation, coming to this practice with these thoughts already has us striving, right? It already has us wishing things were different than they already are. Whether it be more relaxed or less stressed or kinder. And ultimately, meditation is really about non-doing, right? It has no other goal than for you to be yourself, and you already are yourself. That's the beauty. The intention behind the practice is to simply pay attention to whatever it is that's happening. Just watching, just observing, just being without judgment. Tonight we're going to practice that. We're going to practice just being. We're just allowing anything and everything that we experience from moment to moment to be here, because it already is. And so with that, I would like to transition into our formal meditation practice. And so doing the best that you can to settle into your seat, and then just allowing the eyes to close or softening the gaze. And as you settle into this posture, perhaps noticing, are you striving to have this perfect meditative posture? Or maybe your knee is bothering you, or your back is aching, or your shoulders are tense. Maybe it's not possible to settle into an easeful seat. And recognizing this and knowing it's okay, and can we just be with what's here? And so continuing to settle into your seat, if that's a possibility, as best you can. And then tuning into the breath. So gently resting the awareness on the breath in the body. Just staying with each breath as best you can. No need to change or manipulate the breath in any way. Just allowing each breath to unfold just as it is. And perhaps noticing if there's a wishing the breath were different, longer, fuller, shorter. Just seeing if there's a possibility to let this form of striving go and be with the breath as it is in this particular moment. Continuing to stay with this life-sustaining force. And just following one breath in, one breath out. Another breath in, another breath out. Staying with the breath, breath by breath, and moment by moment. Riding the waves of the breath. Staying with each inhalation. And staying with each exhalation. Just following each breath all the way to the end. Maybe noticing a natural pause before the start of the next breath cycle. And if the mind has wandered away, just coming back to the breath, noticing as you bring the mind back. Are you wishing this meditation practice were different? Maybe wishing you had less thoughts or distractions. And if this is the case, perhaps offering yourself some kindness and compassion. If it feels right, maybe placing a hand on the heart or some other place on the body that's soothing or comforting for you. Just giving yourself some kindness for being human. And then coming back to the breath once again when you're ready. Remembering that each moment is an opportunity to come back to the breath and begin again. Now noticing where it is within the body that the breath can be felt the most distinctly. Perhaps in the belly, chest, nose. Just noticing where the breath can be felt the most prominently in the body, and then resting the awareness here. And then noticing now the characteristics of the breath. What is the breath like in this moment? Is it cool or warm, moist or dry, deep or shallow? Again, paying attention if there's any desire for the breath to be other than it is in this moment. And just seeing if there's an ability to just be with the breath as it is. Continuing to observe and explore the characteristics of the breath. And now we're going to broaden our field of awareness to just accompany anything that is making itself known to you. So, just taking an opportunity to be and allow thoughts, physical sensations, breath, emotions, sounds to make themselves known to you as they come into your field of awareness. So, I'm going to offer some moments of silence, just noticing as these things arise, maybe labeling them if that's helpful. Sound, thought, physical sensation, emotion. So, taking some time now in some silence to continue with this practice of being and just allowing whatever is here to be here. Noticing, are you wishing this meditation were any different than it is? Just giving yourself permission to just be. continuing to sit in this open awareness. And then narrowing this focus of attention once again, returning back to the breath once more. And just coming back to the natural rhythm of the breath. Following each breath as it enters and exits the body. And I'm going to read a poem called I Am Enough. There is a wholeness that's already mine. It's already ours. I am not just the seed. I am the rain that waters the flower. It's a reality that's already there, that I am enough. I take on faith that wholeness is already mine, that I need do nothing to deserve, that my worthiness is based only on my being. I am wise enough to let go, and I am strong enough to remember the truth of who I really am. I can encounter the world in such a way that I remember who I am. I am the rest inside the unrest. I am the depth of the sky and the light piercing the sea. I am the crest of a wave. All that I need to be, I am. There is no problem to solve in this moment. There is no plan to make, no failure to be feared, no other place to be. This moment is enough. This place is enough. This imperfection is enough. I am patient enough for my life to unfold in divine timing. I feel the fullness of my life in this moment. I feel the richness of my life in this space. And I have nothing to prove. There is no one to impress. I am just enough. I am wise enough to see magic through a child's eyes. I am resilient enough to see past the pain. I am kind enough to realize that my worth has been with me this whole time. The message remains the same. Simply by being here, simply by being, it only takes a moment, and I remember this again. And so taking a few more moments in the practice, just allowing the words to wash over you if they resonate. And in a moment, I am going to ring the bell. And as I do, this will signify the end of the formal meditation practice. And as I ring the bell, just seeing if it's a possibility to follow the sound, just allowing the sound to enter your ears as it comes into the field of your awareness, really making these sounds a part of your practice. And when you're ready, allowing the eyes to open if they have been closed. And this week, I have an invitation for you, purely optional, but I thought I would share. This week, I invite you to take some time practicing non doing, maybe remembering that we're human beings, not human doings, and maybe just taking 1 minute out of your day to just sit and be. Just sit and be. And so, with that, I would like to thank you all so much for joining this evening. It was a pleasure having you all here, and I hope to see you at one of our meditations soon. Be well, enjoy the evening, this beautiful weather outside, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.